Okay, so here we are, guys. This is the section we're going to start doing with you now. Alright. Bring you down a little bit closer to what's going on. Right. So if you're given this signpost, okay, so you see the 3D view of it over here. So if you're given a signpost like that and you're told that when it's windy, it's swung out at 45 degrees and the shopkeeper wants to know what that'll actually look like, alright, when that's swinging back and forth. Will the sign still be readable or not? You need to draw that at its new position. So that sign there, the view they've given you is it upright, which is just this part. So that's the end view of it. Alright, and what they've said is it's rotated out 45 degrees. So you need to now find, and you can find it in where your plan would usually be. Alright, you need to bring those lines across to where they'd hit that 45, to where it hits the 45, sorry. So what you do is you bring this line across to where it hits the true shape, that's fine. And then you use O here as a center point and you rotate it up to where it hits 45 degree line. Then we'll bring those lines down, and we'll bring lines down from the elevation as well. And we'll bring them together, and that should give us the object that we're making. Alright, so you've done this before. If you were just given a plan, or if you're just given the elevation and the end view of an object and told to draw the plan, you know how to do that. All that's happening is the elevation is moving a little bit. Alright, the widths here will still stay the same. It's just when you bring this down, the heights will have shortened a bit. So just to give you an idea of what that'll look like, there's an example done out. Alright, so you have this object here, that's the one they were given. They told you bring that over to the true length of it, or to the end view, that's the true length. Rotate that up to where it hits the 45 degree line, bring that back down. Right, bring it over into where your plan would be. Bring lines down from your elevation where your points intersect. Will give you this object down here. So that's what we're going to do now. Alright. So I'll put this up for you on Google Classroom in a minute as well. Oh bad. My page is moving. Right, I'm going to put you back up here so you can see. Alright. Now, so first things first, this box around here. So 10, 80, 10 is this. So 10, 80 and 10. Now you're going to struggle to see that actually. Alright, so I'll pick a starting point at the end of my line. So I'm going to go in 10. I'll go in 80. And 10 again. So that overall there is 100. Alright. Now again, I've started to do these in pen, so that you can see. That does not mean you should be doing these in pen. You should be doing these in pencil. Alright, next part then is line this up so that's parallel. I still didn't get myself a tri-square. Oh. Okay. Just going to draw a line up here quickly in pencil so I can see what I'm doing. And the measurements coming up the side then here for this part are 15, 18, 15, 18, 27, 15 and 15. Okay. So we have all of our heights, we have all of our major widths, I should say. Alright, now, should I even give measurement? Right, so if we have that question like that, then we can make our little box around this. So if I just go for the bigger extremity of it first. Now. And just search for the end of that. Okay. I'll bring up my last line as well. for the giggles of it. Right, so we have that much. Now we know up as far as this 15 line. Okay. We need it up as far as the first 15 line, that's the entire object there. And the one above that is just where it's swinging onto. So that's my sign there. You bring this up. That's the railing that the sign is holding on to. That there and that there. So that's the major part of my sign. Now these little bits of information in here, I'm going to switch back to pencil. I shouldn't have done those in pen. Alright, so I'll have $15 going along. That's the base of it. I have the 18s here. They'll be light lines, and this one up here will also be a light line as well, because some of that won't be seen. Now, funnily enough, they're missing measurements on this drawing. Most of them. Okay, so if you look at that drawing, they never gave you, they brought the lines down alright to put the measurements in here. They never gave it to you. Alright, so we're going to put that as 10 and 10. Here and here. I'll add those into the booklet for you. Alright, so we're going to put those as 10 and 10 from the centre. So the centre will be at 50. Right, so that line down. And I said we're going to measure out 10 and 10 to get you those points. Actually, it's 15 and 15. I need to change the book. Let's say 15 and 15 for that. Alright. 15 and 15. There you go. So there are your points. Alright. So I'll join this one to here. This one to here. We'll bring that point up to the top. And we'll put the rest of these lines in then. Okay, so that's our main body of our sign drawn. You should all be okay with that now, with the measurements actually being right. Yeah, it's 15 and 15. I'll just put that line in there in pen as well. Okay, so that's our sign there. And they said they're going to give you an end view, which will be this high. So we'll bring that over. And you'll have a line like this. So that's the end view of that sign. Okay, so we have O and P up here. They're giving you labels as well. O and P. And I'm going to tell you then that that line rotates 45 degrees out. So how will we find that? So what you do, use your 45 degree set square. Hold that down. Now I'm going to do this in a different colour pen so you can see what's happening. And I'm going to strike a line out from the origin there, like that. Okay. But you don't know how long that line is yet. So what you need to do is you need to measure the length of your true length line. And you'll rotate that up. Alright. Now, we'll label that A. So A there is the end of this true length line. Now, what we also need to do is need to bring out the other heights on this so that we'll be able to rotate them out 45 degrees and bring them down into where the plan would be. So I'm using the name plan. Alright, although it might necessarily be a proper plan, we'll use that name anyway just so you can understand where things will go. Alright, so we have our post there, goes over to that, that's grand. The start of my sign goes over to here. The crown goes over to there. The crown goes over to there. And this crown here as well. So they're all my heights on the sign. And just to make things easier for myself, lads, I'll put in arrows like this as well. Okay. You're going to do a little bit of work your compass, rotate all of those out so you get the width of those when they're on this line over here. Okay, and what I would say to you then is label all of these. So give all of these a specific name. So I have A here, B, C, D, E. Come over here and do the same. So E, D, C, B, and A was on the ground. And you'll see why we did all of that now in a minute. Alright. So. Okay, you should be able to see everything I do now in that. Alright, so we've drawn our sign, we've brought the lines across, we've rotated those up to where they hit this here. Now, I've said it to you before, there's a number of different ways that you can bring things back over into the plan. Right, one option is your 45-degree line across here. The other option is what we usually do, and what we're going to do now is I'll put a line down here at the corner of my piece, and we're going to go down 45 degrees from where all of those points come down and hit the XY line. So all of those points, so O, E, D, C, B, and A all need to come down to the XY line so I can get the actual widths of each of those points on that sign. So they're now widths. I'll bring that sign over 45 degrees, so we'll check that I have everything right. So bring those lines back 45 degrees then. You've all done this one before. Think of it like an orthographic question. I must sound Lala talking to myself with the door open, but sure, look. Stuff I do for you lads. Now, again, take a second and figure out what line is what. So I brought this line down here, I brought this line down, this line down, this line down, this line down, and the true length line was already going down. I've brought lines across over here, but which line is which? So I'm going to, again, now, once you get used to these, you won't have to label these as much. It's just so you can see what's going on. So I'll label this one O, and I'll start at the end here. So I have A, B, C, D, and E. So again, I'm not going to lose track of where all of those lines are coming from. Alright. Sit you out a little bit. Sorry guys. Okay. The glass you're getting on is getting a little bit precarious. Okay. So you've that much done. You've drawn your sign, you've brought them all over to the true length line, you've rotated it up your 45 degrees. Right. You rotated up that 45 degrees. You've brought all of those distances then from the 45 degree down to your XY line, and now we're bringing them over to where the plan will be. So, next thing I'll do, I'm actually just going to draw the entire width over here first. So that's just, I can draw a rough outline of my box now next. So okay, so I can draw the rough outline because I know that O here is the hanger at the top. So I'll draw that line, and I know that line is independent to the rest of the object. I have my E line here is the start at the top of the object. So I can draw that from one edge all the way out to the other, because I know that width there hasn't changed. And I can draw A, because A is the ground part. It's where this sits on the ground. I can draw A from one side all the way out to the other. And I can put in my side lines then as well. Okay. So we have the basis of our sign started there. Now, all the things we need is we need to bring down lines from our elevation down so as we can get the widths here. So we have the heights now brought in. We need to get the widths as well. And the widths won't change. So what I'm going to do is, we know that the bars come down on this line here. So I'll bring those down to there. Can you even see that? Yeah, you can. The bar comes down again on that line. So that's it there. Okay. Now the other important widths are going to be the widths for the sign in the middle. Now, what I can do, I can bring down this width here. I can bring down this width. Bring down my center point, very important. Bring down this point. And bring down the very, very last edge there. Okay. So we've all of those brought down. I'll extend this one a little bit longer because we'll need that in a minute. Now, what do I do? Which of these points lines up with what? So, what I'm going to do again is I'm going to go, maybe I'll label this 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So what I'll be able to do then is I'll know that the width line that has 1 is going to sit on D. The width line with 4 is going to sit on C. 5 and 6 and 7. So 7 then lies on B here. So we can start drawing in our object now that we can follow all of our lines like that. We already have, we brought our hanger lines down. We can fill those in dark. Okay. And then go parallel to that. If I bring my B line in, my B line, if I follow it back up, comes to here, here, rotates around. So it's 0.7 and 6 will be on the B line. So if I follow that line down, so 7 is here, 6 is here, and I can draw that line across there. So that's that part. Now, if I go for, let's say if we just move up, so we want to find where 2 and 4 are. So 2 and 4 come around, they come to C, they drop down, they come across, and they'll be along this line here. So C is there, just double check, 4 is there, 2 comes down on this line here. And if you're struggling to follow those guys, again, all you do is you go, so this would be line 1, 6. Because line, or 1 and 6 are on that point, that'd be line 2, line 3, line 4, line 5, comma 7. Okay. And again, if we want to find where 1, 3 and 5 are, they lie on line D. Bring line D down, line D across. And where does that hit? So bring line 5 down, that's that point. Bring line 3 down, that's that point. Bring line 1 down, that's that point. Now, I can draw in the side, so that's what you have there now. I can draw in the side of the object, like that. I can draw in the side of the crown on that side. And we're very, very nearly there. Just join up the points. So, connect the dots you used to do when you were kids. Or maybe even doing now that you've been stuck inside. Alright. That's all this turns into. Connect the dots. And that's your question finished. So that is rotations. As all rotations is taking an object, bringing the heights on the object or the widths. This can also be done in plan as well, where you have to find the end view. Alright. So being given an elevation that's the true length, being given an object here that's true length, right? So the end view here. Being told it rotates out of 45 degrees, finding your widths on that 45 degree line and bringing them straight down. Bringing them across your 45 degrees, whichever method you like. And then finding out where all these lines interconnect, right, or intersect for finding the plan and finding the true shape of that object or the skewed shape of that object. Okay, so give that a go, guys. Also a bit of information for you. Miss Ellis will be back after midterm, so the question you get off of me, I'll give you your homework early so you can get it done before midterm. I'll give you another question tomorrow. Alright, so that question will be the last bit of work you'll get off of me. Alright, guys? So look, have a go at this, see how you get on, and good luck.